So the second part of this story is about how I actually got the two jobs. So in January, second week of January, I applied for a job that I got through Indeed.ca, and I got a call back almost immediately. It was winter period, it was really cold. I just come to Canada, so I was 2 weeks into Canada. I was a little bit disorientated, but I went for the interview anyways. The HR director was really nice. So at the end of the day, he said I could go on to the next round. And so at the end of that interview, I kind of knew that I was going on to the next round, but I had to wait for the director of the company to come back from holiday. And I didn't know what that timeline was. I thought it was going to be like a 1 week something. It turned out to be 1 month. So while I was waiting, and I didn't hear from them, I was still doing other things. This was when I was like kind of pounding the streets. I was kind of looking for other jobs. I was going for the networking events and things like that. I also, at this point, responded to a job link that someone posted on a Facebook group. I can't remember what Facebook group now, but it was one of the Facebook groups that were mostly foreigners, like mostly Australians, Britons, and Americans and things like that. When the lady called me, we had a chat about my resume, and she said, that she actually works for a recruiting company, and they're actually kind of recruiting tech people as well. And she felt that my resume was more like geared towards like the tech space, so she sent my resume to their tech team, and I got called back from the tech team, and I kind of got called, like I kind of had to do 3 interviews with them as well, but theirs was a little bit faster. Within like 2 weeks or a week, I had done 3 interviews with top people in the recruitment agency. And it was like an interview, like it was like a company interview. So I had to prepare for it. Like I had to get ready for it. I had to just do like you're actually getting interviewed by the company. So that happened. After doing those interviews, they said, okay, like if they receive any job that is in my line, they would let me know, because they had kind of successfully registered me as one of their consultants, pretty much. So that happened as well in the second week of January, within the second week and third week of January, and I didn't hear back from them again as well. So meanwhile, I'm out here kind of like looking, networking, telling people, CEO, see me, I'm here, Nigeria girl has come, give me work. By the second week of February, ending of the second week of February, I started panicking. Because in the YWCA program, there was I saw people that have been here for a while and haven't gotten a job, and I was just getting rejections. I got so many rejections that I started wondering, maybe something's even wrong with my resume, maybe something's wrong with me, maybe do I change my name? What do I do? How can I improve my chances? And so by the ending of second week of February, I started panicking. Like I was really, really panicking. And that's where you get on your knees. That's where you get on your knees and decide to add the spiritual part of it. Even though I had been praying, but towards that February time, my prayers intensified. Like, dude, you gotta get me a job, man. I can't stay here without money. By the ending of the second week of February, I got the call back from the first company, the airline services company. And after that, I got a third interview. So they actually did a third interview. So I got a call back. I did the second interview. It was good. They told me that I moved to the next round, and then I did a third interview the week after. So by the end of February, I actually got a call. Like I think it was maybe the last day or the last day of February. I got a call back and they said, oh, you gotten the job, we'll send you an offer letter. And I got the offer letter in the first day or second day of March. The day that I got this offer, I got a call from the recruitment agency that there was a job that matched my field. And the job that I had applied for, the job that I had gotten an offer for was not really my field. So it was like some of the skills I had gotten as a consultant, creating like refining business processes, actually kind of looking at their business processes and refining it so that they can, we can set some data points, some collection points, because they had problems with collecting data and kind of seamlessly automating their data. It's a lot of tech stuff. But my job was like to come in and look at their business processes, refine it, and see how all the different entities can start communicating better data-wise. So it wasn't really my field. I was more like HR tech. But as an HR tech, one of the things that I had to do was come in, look at your HR business processes, and see how the SAP system could improve your HR business processes. So in the process of actually doing that HR tech implementation, I was learning like business analyst skills that that was what I was kind of applying to this job. So it wasn't really in my field, but it was still kind of skills that I had that I was also using in that field. So this new job that the Robert Half, the recruitment agency gave me, was in my field. It was an HR information system specialist role, but it wasn't SAP, but it was still an HR information system specialist role. So it was much closer to my field. And I was kind of confused. Like for a while, I was confused on what to do because this was a lot closer to my field. The two companies were, to me, on kind of the same grade. So it wasn't really about the company. It was more about the job role. And this job role with the new company that the recruitment agency was talking about was more in my field. But the problem was these people had already given me an offer. I hadn't signed it yet, and I hadn't responded. I hadn't signed it yet, but I needed to sign it because, if I don't sign it, they're going to take the job and give it to someone else, right? So I was kind of confused. I wanted to go through with the process of actually interviewing for the HRIS role, but as certain things started happening that just made me feel like, I'm not even going to interview. I'm just going to go for the job that I already have at hand. So I didn't interview for that role. I left it and went to go and work with the airline services company. And the very first day I got into the company, which is the second week of March. Yeah, I think it was March 7th or something. That day, or not the day, but that week was when things just kind of dived, COVID, they started shutting down airlines, and this is an airline services company, so they were losing a lot of their business. I spent the first week like really looking at their numbers and how they work. By the second week, I spent it we were now kind of running helter-skelter, trying to, instead of me to be doing the things that I was hired to do, me and my manager were spending time trying to figure out how to manage the loss of data, what to make of the data, the new data, the loss of business, and the new data that we were receiving due to the loss of the business. Like, it was intense. It was an intense 1 month because I felt that they would let me go earlier than they actually did, because I was like the last person that they hired before like everything went south. I was expecting them to let me go. I didn't know what to do. I was still I at that point, I'm not even sure I was really applying for work because the pandemic hit everybody. Everybody was really scared about the pandemic, and I wasn't even really seeing like job roles to even apply for. All I could do was wait for them to can me and then start looking for work again. And so that was really what I did. I was just going to work. I wasn't hearing anything. Every week I went to work, I would think, okay, maybe this is the week that they will let me go. But they held out. Thankfully, I think they wanted to. I'm not sure. I guess because they actually started laying people off, but they didn't lay me off till the first week of April, which is 1 month when I started working. So that's when they actually laid me off. So yeah, the last week of March, just before I got laid off, just before the week I got laid off, I got a call back from the recruitment agency. So they said to me they haven't filled in the role. And I think maybe the pandemic also kind of pushed them to want to fill in that role really quickly because they were not even sure as well. So they told me that they haven't filled in the role, and asked me if I was still interested in it. At that point, and forever, always, I've just stuck close to God, and prayed and prayed and prayed. I felt like Haggai, is it Haggai and Ishmael? I think when Abraham sent them away and they were in the desert, and an angel came and gave them water from nowhere. That's how I felt. I felt relieved because I don't know, it was just one morning I woke up to a call and it's like, are you still interested in the role? And I'm like, yeah, sure. In my mind I'm like, hell yeah, sure. But in real life I was like, yeah, sure. No, yeah, I'm definitely still interested. Send me the details. So at this point, it was going to be like an online interview and things like that. So I scheduled the interview to be in the evening by the time I had come back from work from the other job, and I did the interview and pretty much waited for a response, right? So the day that the week that I got canned was the week that I heard that I had been offered a job, with the HRIS role. So it was really God's plan, to be honest. God just didn't want me to God just doesn't like me suffering. Honestly, I started working the job like a week after I got laid off from the other job. I really don't have any bad feelings towards the first place I worked. They were all really nice people, all really lovely people. It was such a great place to work. Even the 1 month that I stayed there, I learned a lot. In fact, it was actually getting a little bit awkward when I was about to leave, and my manager, I was like, oh my God, I learned so much from you. And my manager was like, oh my God, I want you back. It was kind of getting awkward, but it was a really good place. I think laid back, chilled. My manager was a good manager, and I really, I even feel like they held out for me for just so that I can maybe get a full month's salary. I feel like they were, because I saw the numbers, I saw shit go to the south right in front of my eyes, because I was working with data, right? So I had no hard feelings at all. Even if I didn't have a job and I had gotten canned, I wouldn't have still had hard feelings for them, because I know what they were going through as well. So that's my story. That's how I got 2 jobs in 1 month. You guys should not forget to follow the Canada Settler, which is my podcast, where I will be talking in depth about settling well in Canada, and I'll also be talking with other immigrants that are settling well in Canada. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Also, subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be sharing with you guys a lot of things that I've learned through my journeys in life. There's so many different stories, guys. So many different stories. Like even coming to sit here without makeup and just talking and without like a proper script and everything is a journey. Like I've had to take a journey to get to this place, and I'm in a place where I'm genuinely like, I feel like I'm on the right track to my best life. And I want to share the things. Like, I've gone from being really depressed, really lost, really genuinely lost, and depressed, to actually being in a place where I am, everything is not working out, everything is not as it should be, in quote, but I'm still happy. I still know that I'm on the right path. I'm still like very confident that I'm on the right path. And I just want more women to be more confident, to love themselves, to choose their paths, so that they can be more confident and so that they can be more happy. And so I'm going to be sharing some of the things that I've been through. So I'm not just going to be sharing travel stories, I'm also going to be sharing some life lessons as well. So hit that subscribe button and let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. So yes, guys, come back for more. Hit the subscribe button and let me know what you think about this video. Thank you for watching and take care.